Hey folks, Eshan Lacoste here at All Wise Transformation, where we talk about mental health, spiritual practice, and self care. And today I'm flying solo, no interviews. Just wanted to check in really briefly in regards to normalcy. I finished reading a book by Gabe Mate called The Myth of Normal. It has really inspired me to do a series of talks and conversations in regards to what does it mean to be normal. I know that I personally struggle with that term, and I know that there is nothing normal about anything. People tend to believe that is are functioning in a way that they know everything or that there's a particular insight in what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to move through the world in a way where you have confidence, in a way where you're sort of reassured that you know what you're doing? And none of us know what we're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And to think that there is an assumption of a blueprint of perfectionism, of goal orientated outcome that manifests in a way that's ideal and perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. And so I guess the struggle is really trying to get comfortable about being uncomfortable, about not knowing where your life is going. Don't get me wrong, I think it's good to have goals. I think it's important to have a sense of purpose, and cultivating that is really important. But I think sometimes I can get stuck in a track that feels like I should know what I'm doing. For example, like when I was attending school for my bachelor's program in psychology, I was under the assumption that once I attained that bachelor's degree, I guess I would have been done. I would have been working and I would have been in a job and saving money and building finances in a way where I could retire. And none of it turned out that way, as most of you are, and some of you aren't. I'm in student loan debt. And so that has financially tied my hands in various ways and not being able to afford a house or not being able to do various things or believing I'm supposed to be in a particular place in my career. All of those narratives have really skewed my perception. What does it mean to be where I am now? And what did it mean back then to think of my future in a way that I was following what folks told me to, or I was following what the prescription was for success. Don't get me wrong, I love my job, the current job that I'm doing, in a profession that is really helping me develop in a way where I'm getting more comfortable, not only as an individual, but also as a profession, if that makes any sense. But I think the goal has always been to live in a way where I'm able to feel security. And I think for the first time as I'm getting older, it's sort of sinking in, and I'm probably getting late to this event, that there is no script. It's a matter of providing and giving meaning to things. As nihilistic as this is, there is no meaning to life except the meaning that you give to it. And so sometimes I think I get lost in the inability to forgive myself for not knowing better or doing better or hustling harder. So I'm trying to find not necessarily balance, because I don't necessarily know if I wholeheartedly believe in that term, but trying to find stability and cohesion in a way that makes sense for me and my well-being and my mental health and my spiritual practice. I think I've really struggled with this idea that if I did X, Y, and Z, I would appear and feel normal and be in a place where I didn't have to want, and acknowledging that I do have a scarcity mindset and working towards finding a way to step away from that scarcity mindset, because it's that says that you should be working harder. It's that says that you should be in a particular place in your life. And I'm not exactly where I thought I would be when I started on this journey, in specifically when I started on the journey of going to school for an education, that I was under the assumption that it would provide me a level of security and normalcy that would make me feel safe. And maybe that's ultimately what I'm looking for, is to feel safe. Maybe that's what normalcy provides, is a safety net that you're reassured. And mind you, I'm a person of routine. And so I get up at a certain time in the morning, depending on how late I went to bed. I engage in my yoga practice. I engage in my cleaning and errands and chores for the day. Um, and I provide for myself a space where I can honor my ancestors. And so I am getting to a point where I really want to be in flow with life. I really want to resonate with people and situations. And mind you, anxiety plays a big factor in wanting to run away and wanting to hibernate. And I have my moments where I do that, where friends invite me to events or projects that they're working on, or parties. And all I want to do is just be in bed, or read, or go for a walk, um, spending a lot of time alone. And that's okay. I got to give myself permission to move in a way that really feels aligned with where I. So, that was more than I thought I would share. But I am hoping that exploring Gabamati's book, The Myth of Normal, will strike up more conversations in regards to finding your path, or finding my path, because this is really about me, and being truly okay. All right, folks, I gotta get going and start my day. But I just wanted to share and see what came out of me. And so, thanks.